President Donald Trump's administration says it has started its work on deporting illegal immigrants. The president says millions will be sent back. Here in Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers said he is not aware of any ICE raids in the state just yet. Republican lawmakers say next week they will unveil a plan to require law enforcement to cooperate with ICE. Right now, local police departments in the state have a patchwork of policies about how they deal with the agency. Lawmakers want a blanket policy.
We're going to make sure that if someone is here illegally and commits a crime, they are going to be deported by cooperating with ICE.
The governor would have to sign the proposal, but some are not sure it will ever become law.
Is that something that you would consider signing if you get to your desk?
You know, that should be done as the last question. It's between the local, municipalities and the federal government. So I'm not sure the legislature needs to step in here. I think locals can handle it.
On Wednesday night, Governor Evers delivered his State of the State address. He said the immigration system is unworkable and unsustainable. Evers called for bipartisan solutions, but didn't lay out what they might be.
As President Trump continues to work on the immigration crackdown he promised, Wisconsin farmers' advocacy groups are expressing concern over the workforce. The Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation and the Wisconsin Farmers Union are working to inform their members of their rights. They say calls have been coming in as the president signed the executive orders and announced his raids. The concern is the workforce could diminish, hindering farmers from operating or even caring for their livestock. The Wisconsin Farmers Union says 70% of work on dairy farms in the state is done by immigrants.
You can't blame people for being illegal when there isn't a legal pathway for people to really come and work.
The Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation is in support of securing the southern border. However, it still says it shouldn't come at the expense of Wisconsin dairy farmers who need workers to help out.
And hopefully get us into a good spot where we can have a secure border, yet making sure that we have a secure labor force as well.
Both groups have advocated for the expansion of the H-2A visa program. It allows the employment of seasonal workers from outside of the U.S. Advocates are waiting to see how Trump's agenda could impact those efforts.
Earlier today, we talked with a professor at UW-Madison. She says when presidents use executive orders like Mr. Trump did with the deportation policy, the ruling can get pushed to the courts to make a decision. So that leg can create a sense of confusion, in this case, with people in the U.S. illegally.
I can imagine an individual who has 2 or 3 jobs and, a full life who doesn't spend their time thinking about these matters. It's really hard to follow what's current and what's not. And that's on purpose. That confusion is a part of what this approach is really intended to do.
As we mentioned, the government has already started flying immigrants out of the U.S.